Right, 7 March 2025, and today is a Friday, one of the most important Fridays as we go towards an important deadline, which is the 31st of March 2025. And I'm so excited, I'm so energized about what is going on. We have reached a very critical moment in the history of our country. So what I want to show you today is the reactions that have been coming overnight after the dismissal of Geza, Bombshell, one of the most popular war veterans, and also a number of other people. So Chiwenga's camp is very, very strong, and they've come out guns blazing. So they've given Mnangagwa 28 days in which he must expect action or a response. So what has happened here, the dismissal of Geza, is just the beginning. You're going to see a lot of action, and tonight I'm going to probably bring you a guest who's going to lay out what is going to go on. But what you should know is the end game right now by Mnangagwa is to try and eliminate Chiwenga. So Mnangagwa is going to be trying to eliminate Chiwenga altogether. So the game here is to get Chiwenga out of the picture so that he does not become a threat. So you should expect something along those lines, but it's not going to be easy. And a warning has already been given to Mnangagwa that in 28 days, something is going to happen. And I'm going to give you here an audio that has just been put out by the team of, or Team Chiwenga, which is led, or communication is led by Comrade Nyokayemabhunu. I want to give you just a snippet of that communication that has happened overnight.
Saka amuna kudzingwa nevanhu vese vadzingwa ana Comrade Gomwe wa province, ma member of parliament ekumasvingo nemamwe ma members ese adzingwa nevese vadzingwa ivavo. Regai ndikutaurire manherano, ini ndiri kutaura ndodzi Comrade Nyokayemabhunu. Amuna kudzingwa neZANU-PF, madzingwa nebato rekuMidlands. Kabhawu yekuMidlands ndiyo yakudzinga, ndiyo yauya pazvivhitivhiti. ZANU-PF ichazotaura zvayo. Ichataura in 28 days from today. Ichazotaura muonero wayo. Amuna kudzingwa muchiri musangano ZANU-PF, hapana anokumisa kupfeka ma-t-shirt emusangano. Ramai muchipfeka ma-t-shirt emusangano. Nekuti hamuna kudzingwa nebato, madzingwa nefaction yekuMidlands inotungamirirwa naMnangagwa naMudha ndiyo yakudzingayo. Saka therefore Mnangagwa ari kuprotecta ma-interest ezvido zvaanoda iye. That's the reason why vana vake vari kugreba.
Right, so this is the audio that has come out overnight. And what you should understand about the dynamics that we have right now is that the military cannot speak by themselves. So they're using third parties to speak. And the military moves only after they've done a proper surveillance. So at the moment, they're busy with surveillance until the end of the month. I'm going to be so excited about what's going to happen here. The army working through on the background, just observing to see who is moving where, who is going where, who is doing what. And eventually, they're going to pounce. There is no way that the generals are going to allow themselves to be killed. You can be sure about that. There's no way that the generals are going to allow themselves to be killed. And they're going to react very quickly and swiftly. By the end of this month, you're going to see some action being taken, especially against Mnangagwa. And given this 28 days ultimatum, remember the 1st of March, that is the day after the protest, and 28 days comes on the 3rd of March. So that protest, which is set for the end of this month, sorry, the 1st of April. So on the 1st of April, that is 28 days. On the 3rd of April, you're going to see already this ultimatum being fulfilled by Comrade Nyokayemabhunu here, which is coinciding with the protest, which is set to take place on the 31st of March. So we are in for a lot of drama within these next 2 to 3 weeks, very dramatic 3 weeks. And I can't wait to see what happens I can't wait to see which side will win. Because as I showed you last night, Mnangagwa already has mercenaries that have came in. All the guys that you are seeing who are going in and out of the country. And a week now, Scott Sapanya, Kudam Mnangagwa, Sean Mnangagwa, Collins, they've been going around looking for support from outside the country. Even Auxilia has been going outside of the country looking for support so that they can outsmart the Chiwenga faction. But the Chiwenga faction is backed by the military. And the guys I've talked to say that the military is ready for the mercenaries. If the mercenaries were to come in, they will be taken out. So that is what my sources within the military have said, that they are aware of all the plans. As I was saying yesterday, that Kudam Mnangagwa was in Russia. The military guys have said they are well aware of all the plans that Mnangagwa is making, and they are waiting to deal with any mercenaries that come into Zimbabwe. So very, very interesting situation, but it's likely to turn violent. And so you must be alert. Most of the people have left. Most people that have the means are currently living outside, just in the neighboring countries. Some people are in Zambia, some people are in South Africa, just watching to see what is happening and how everything is going to end at the end of April. So most people are only going to go back to Zimbabwe after the independence celebration on 18 April. And this independence celebration is set for Gokwe. So that is where it's going to take place. Very, very interesting period. And Chiwenga and his team set to strike by the 3rd of April. You're going to see already something happening there. People that have been fired have been promised that within those 28 days, they'll be back in ZANU-PF. So it's ZANU-PF after ZANU-PF, or ZANU-PF versus ZANU-PF. And most of us are just going to be watching. We can't do anything about what's about to unfold. Right, I think I've covered this. Let us go quickly into the news. It's a Friday, so I've got a number of stories to cover. Firstly, I want to show you this wedding, which is going to take place, or Lobola ceremony. So Lulu Muteke, that is the girlfriend of Mnangagwa, and her sisters-in-laws have been up and down. Apparently, there is some sort of family function that is going to take place. And I've been following this because I've got more important things to follow. But at the moment, that is what is going to happen. Then the daughter of Mnangagwa, Farai Mnangagwa. So let's Google that so that I make sure that I'm correct here. Farai Mnangagwa. Let's see, there's someone called Farai Mnangagwa. Yes, she's called Farai Mnangagwa Mlotshwa. So Farai Mnangagwa Mlotshwa. She is married to Gerald Mlotshwa. So you can see that Gerald Mlotshwa has a cast on his hand there. So I don't know what's happening with Gerald Mlotshwa. And these two run a company called Titan Law. They also run the newspapers that were previously owned by Trevor Ngube. So Trevor Ngube has sold his newspapers to this family of Mnangagwa. And this is the family that owns the newspaper. Those two at the center there, Mlotshwa with the cast, and Farai Mnangagwa there at the center. So they've been celebrating 20 years of Titan Law. And if you go into the newspapers that are owned by Trevor Ngube, you're going to see this advert. It's a big advert showing all the people who work there and also the partners of Titan Law. So if you want to know about this company, go over there and check out who is who in this company. One of the most biggest law firms in Zimbabwe, because they get all the contracts from government, and because they've got the Mnangagwa family member there, people are afraid. Once they're in something, they get whatever they want. They bought Trevor Ngube's newspapers for $5 million about 2 to 3 years ago. And so it's very confusing why Blessed Mhlanga has been arrested when Mnangagwa owns the actual newspapers where he works. So it's very confusing to me, and I don't get it. So that is the picture here of Gerald Mlotshwa being celebrated for running and starting this company 20 years ago. And as I said, very strange, very strange. Lots of females working in this company. Like, if you look at people who work in this company, there's lots of females who work here. I think that's interesting, but it's a good mix You will see when I show you another company how different it is. Now let's go to BDO. I want to show you BDO. They've put out their list of students that have passed. So that is BDO over there. They have 36 new chartered accountants. So that is BDO. And I'm just showing you these business stories here. So that is BDO. And they have all these students that have passed that are now chartered accountants. But probably being a chartered accountant in Zimbabwe is like the worst thing that you can do right now. I don't know why someone would be a chartered accountant in Zimbabwe. Probably you have to leave. And I think the best place to be a chartered accountant, let me think about it. Probably the USA or Australia. I don't know. It's probably the best place to be a chartered accountant. South Africa, not as much. And also, if I was to leave Zimbabwe and stay somewhere, I would go to a country with good weather, and I would go to a country where I have a big house. So most of the countries now, housing is a big problem. So maybe if you live in Zimbabwe and start your own business, that would do. But the lifestyle in Zimbabwe is so hard. It's so difficult to live in Zimbabwe right now. Then let me show you another story. The son of Ibbo Mandaza, so that is Ibbo Mandaza Jr. here, has been acquitted in a case in which his ex-wife has reported him for assault. So Ibbo Mandaza is the man that is advocating for NTA, or National Transitional Authority in Zimbabwe. So his son, 33-year-old Ibbo Jr., beat up his wife, Tyler Roxanne Robinson, who is 37 years old. And she went to court. Then his mother, if you see at the center there, that is Diana Mandaza. And you can see Diana Mandaza. She testified against her own Murora and said Murora is violent. And they even called the maid to testify against Murora. And so she lost. But you know why she lost? Look who is standing next to Diana Mandaza on your left. Then you understand why they lost. This is just Mnangagwa interfering with justice. If I was Diana, I was just going to stop this. Stop it, Diana. Murora was beaten up by Ibbo Jr. So that is Tyler Roxanne Robinson, 37 years old, losing in court to the son of Ibbo Mandaza, who is Ibbo Jr. here, after a fight at their home. And the mother-in-law and maid testifying that, in fact, she's the one who was violent. Very interesting case. Ibbo Mandaza must be scratching his head to say, what do I do with this boy? You know, your son can always make you suffer. There's nothing that is worse than a son. A son, you love him, but it brings you into the public spotlight for the wrong reason altogether. Now, let's go to Solusi. So Solusi University is a new vice chancellor. That is Professor Khumbulani Mpofu. I don't know him. I've never seen him. But I think from what I saw when he was talking, he's going to do very, very well. He's got a fresh approach. He is, when you listen to him, he appears to be someone who is able to communicate. What I don't like about the vice chancellors in Zimbabwe is they are not out there in the open. A vice chancellor must be someone with fresh ideas, someone that makes a difference in the community, someone who talks, someone who is an opinion leader. So most of the vice chancellors in Zimbabwe, you never see them. The vice chancellor of NAST, very quiet. The vice chancellor of Lupane, I don't even know who is. The vice chancellor of Tuma University. The only vice chancellor that we know is the Great Zimbabwe University and the University of Zimbabwe. Those two guys, very active. Midland State University, the vice chancellor there is very quiet, but they use that one. He's doing well. The guy from Great Zimbabwe University, Zopo, doing very well. So I don't know if Professor Mpofu here is going to do well, or if he's just going to go back and enjoy the comforts of the office, because most of these guys, they want to enjoy the comfort of the office. They don't want to go and challenge the status quo, because that is what is lacking. Our universities are just producing these guys that don't do anything, that don't change anything, So you've got a lot of people with degrees. Every time you pass someone in Zimbabwe, they have a degree, but they cannot change anything. It's just the same. They've got what we call a vendor mentality. Buy something for $1 here, sell it over there for $2. We want someone who's going to create something new, and that is what is lacking with our education system. Then let's go to Petrotrade. So Petrotrade is a state-owned enterprise. They are in the dealing with petrol in Zimbabwe, and they've appointed a new board. So Joshua Tapambwa here, who is former Stanbic CEO, has been appointed as the board chair. And you know that Jasmine Owera is the CEO, so she's also in the board. Other people in the board include Tendai Madondo, who is the vice chair, Kaidamo Hezomenzanise, Bevin Ngara, and Kenneth Nyangoni, and William Jirevo. William Jirevo sounds familiar. Let's see who is William Jirevo. Sounds very, very familiar. Let's see if I know him. I do not know him, but he is someone who is known. So this board very strong, and it's going to do well, I believe. However, this is mostly a ZANU-PF organization. They are appointed by Mnangagwa. Most of these people that are over here. Right, let me see if I've left something else, something of interest. I think I've covered most of the stuff that I wanted to cover. We are in the middle of a Chiwenga versus Mnangagwa war. 28 days. That's the number of the days that was been given by the Mnangagwa club, by the Chiwenga team. So Chiwenga team has given 28 days to say everyone who was fired yesterday will be back in ZANU-PF. Mnangagwa is just about to get the surprise of his life. Chiwenga is set to surprise Mnangagwa. His team is very adamant, and they vowed that in 28 days, everyone who was fired right now will be back in ZANU-PF. So what you're watching is ZANU-PF versus ZANU-PF. It's got nothing to do with opposition. So Chamisa is quiet, he's not doing anything, and you're going to see a fight of the elephants. That is Chiwenga in Mnangagwa. When it comes out, it will be dust everywhere. There will be a lot of dust because of the fight between these two. These guys are not going to end well. The two of them, whoever moves first will win. Whoever moves last will lose. And Mnangagwa has made the first move. Now let's see the reaction from Chiwenga, as he has said, in 28 days. And we're waiting for the 31st of March. So the 31st of March, very important day. And then by the 3rd of April, we want to see if everyone is going to be back within ZANU-PF who has been fired. And many Zimbabweans very interested in seeing a Chiwenga presidency because they want change. They want things to change. Everything has fallen apart in Zimbabwe because of this man, Mnangagwa. Right, now let me look at the newspapers. Let me see if any of the newspapers are published or if the guys are sleeping on the job. So now let's go to the Herald newspaper. I want to see what is in the Herald newspaper. Not yet. These guys are still sleeping on the job. Herald, the newspaper. I do not know who is the Herald CEO or Herald editor over there, sleeping on the job. Let's go to H Metro newspaper, my favorite newspaper. H Metro is published. Let's see what they're talking about today. H Metro is the TMZ of Zimbabwe. Some of the biggest stories ever. There is no person in Harare who doesn't read the H Metro newspaper. Like, everyone wakes up just to check out what these guys are saying. So I want to show you what is over there. And they're leading with, tomorrow, there will be a marriage ceremony for Wikino and Lulum Teke. How much will it be? Probably 100,000. And then he'll buy a Lamborghini Urus and the latest Range Rover Sport for his sweetheart. I don't think so, guys. Wikino Apera, Sesipo ye Gesha. Wikino Apera, Sesipo ye Bakawaya. Wikino, it's so sad. Have you seen Wikino handing over cars recently? It's been long. And this is because he no longer has money. All the money that he was handing out did not belong to him. And this week he was exposed when he was seen at OR Tambo in a normal jet or public transport. So it's like being in a combi. If you are coming from a private jet to a normal plane, it's like going in a combi. That is what is happening to Wikino right now. And that is what we call kuplera sesepo yebakawaya kana kuti kutonodzwa kwachauruka. That is what is happening to Wikino Chivayo here. Very, very sad situation, especially given the fact that when this year started, especially 2024, Wikino was given 27 million from ZESA. He was just handed that money out of a lawsuit which had brought against ZESA. Very crazy stuff. But now all that money is finished, he's out of it, and now he's going to be having a marriage to Lulu Muteke. This is what I'm hearing here. And I'm not following this thing, but I'm sure that the guys on our website are doing a lot of coverage on this story. So you can go and check it out. Lulu Muteke and the ex-wife fighting every day. And I don't know what it's all about. I think just the two of them like to fight in public. Then let me see if there's any other news from my favorite people. There is a young lady that I've been following here for a very long time. Let's see what she's published. I'm going to look very, very quickly. All right, Nomatemba Primrose Ndebele. She is turning 42 today. So she has put out a picture there. I don't know if she's related to Sandra Ndebele. Nomatemba Primrose Ndebele. They seem to have the same forum. So I don't know if they're sisters, but she's celebrating 42 years today. That is amazing. I've never seen a woman putting out her age of 42 years. Most women, they just pretend to be 30 throughout their life. So that is Primrose, Nomatemba Primrose Ndebele. So let's look at President Duma Boko. Remember, President Duma Boko went to the United States. I want to see what has happened to President Duma Boko because he's launching a satellite over there, Bosat 1. So let's see what is happening with President Duma Boko. He's posted as usual. So President Duma Boko, a significant meeting with billionaire entrepreneur and medical investor Patrick Sun Xiong in Los Angeles. This is amazing. President Duma Boko having one of the best meetings here that you can ever imagine. I have seen this guy talking on a podcast. He's amazing. The billionaire that is meeting with President Duma Boko. Check it out. That's amazing. Do you guys know that people who come from these countries like Korea go to the United States, and when they arrive, they've got nothing. When they come back, they've got a lot. The reason is they are focused. They know what they want. Very interesting. And then SpaceX, Starlink, and green tech technology have the potential to bring significant benefits to Botswana. So that is, he's talking about Starlink, his visit there to SpaceX. But I still haven't seen him launching the actual satellite. So I would like to see President Duma Boko actually touching the satellite and showing us what's happening inside that satellite. Right, I'm trying to go into my favorite person there, Minnie. For some reason, I'm not able to connect. So I'm going to leave that for now. I'm going to connect with her another time. Okay, let's see what Minnie has posted today. My network is so slow. She's posted something in Chinese, right? Yes. Chinese numbers. It's crazy. And go and check it out on Minnie Valoi's page. She's posted something in Chinese. And then she's also posted something about links. Let's see what President Hakainde Hichilema has posted. President Hakainde Hichilema, as outgoing chair, would participate in the extraordinary SADC organ troika. So that is the troika summit that I was talking about. South Africa, Tanzania, Zambia, Malawi, they had a organ troika summit yesterday, and President Hakainde Hichilema has posted about it, so you can go check out over here. What I like about President Hakainde Hichilema, he brings his team. And look at President Hakainde Hichilema. He is in a meeting, one-on-one meeting, but his whole team is there. This is amazing. President Hakainde Hichilema, the next time I'm in Zambia, I'm going to go and pay him a visit. And one thing you should know, whenever I'm in Zambia, I'm always protected when I'm walking. Like the last time I landed at the airport, and I was protected all the way to a hotel. That was amazing. So it's cool. I like President Hakainde Hichilema, and he's one of my favorite presidents out of all the presidents in the whole of Southern Africa. I told you when I was in Zambia, a CIO guy came and he touched my hand. And the spot where he touched me, up to this day, he's got a dark mark. Can you believe how dangerous these guys are? Van ZANU, don't allow them to touch your hand. And most people, they think I'm lying. But I just don't like showing things because you know, Zochka, Jandrugu Tarizai, Shinoch Kisa, Van ZANU, Van Mnangagwa, Baroi, Abatakat. Right, I want to bring this to an end. Let's see if the Herald newspaper is published. If I can just have a last look before I go. And then obviously I'm gonna be bringing more sessions now. So I'll bring more sessions. Most times I'll be publishing more often. It's very important for me to make sure that you guys stay updated. We're at a critical period, and as things happen, I'm going to be giving you guys updates. Let's see the stories that they are leading with the story of a lithium investor who has came into Zimbabwe, and they are also leading with the story of the dismissal of Geza. Someone is saying Zimbabwe's economy to grow by 5%. I don't know where do they get such people who say the Zimbabwe economy will grow by 5%. So an investment company has said the Zimbabwe economy is going to grow by 5%. Guys, there is no growth that is going to take place in Zimbabwe under Mnangagwa. That man is a disaster. Mnangagwa has killed everything, he's destroyed everything. This country will not do well until he has a new leader. And that is what we're waiting for. People are looking towards Chiwenga to do wonders for our economy. Right, let me quickly look at the comments. Let's see what's happening here. Mukoma Matawe Mate, Warkutuka, Simba, good morning very much. And according to my sources, yes, according to my sources, Mnangagwa stuck in State House under military guard and unable to talk on TV. Have you seen Mnangagwa talking on TV? The military has made sure that he doesn't talk. Have you seen any of the Mnangagwa family members talking? No, they have been constrained. Have you seen anyone of the ED 2030 team speaking? They've been constrained. No one is able to talk. The military totally in charge. And we are going to see this situation developing within this month. Very, very interesting. As you heard from Comrade Nyokayemabhunu, 28 days. That is the number of days that have been given to see something big happening in Zimbabwe. Then Mkoma Munzo said, Gerald Mlotshwa, Mnangagwa's son-in-law, owns shares in Trevor Ngove's media company. Remember, Trevor was an advisor to ED soon after the coup. Not sure if Mlotshwa left or is the co-ownership. Okay. Trevor sold his whole newspapers to Gerald Mlotshwa. He doesn't own any shares. He's a worker there now. So everything that you're seeing that is happening is confusing. Because why is Blessed Mhlanga, who is working for Mnangagwa's newspaper, being arrested? And why are they offering a platform to Geza and company? Very, very confusing. We're going to understand more. But my belief is that this is something we need to explore. Farai Mlotshwa or Farai Mnangagwa, she's the daughter of Mnangagwa. And as I showed you here, Gerald Mlotshwa, something happening with him, something very bad has happened to his hand. And you can see that he sort of has lost weight here. This is not looking good at all. It's terrible what's going on. And you can see the expression on Farai Mnangagwa's face. She looks under pressure and under stress. You can see it. The smile is forced. She's got a forced smile. And I don't know what is going on here. But you're going to see more. Just go to the independent newspaper. There is a lot more. There's a whole supplement on this thing of Farai Mlotshwa Mnangagwa with her husband. So something is going on with these two. I don't know what it is, but there is something happening, and this picture speaks more than 1,000 words. Very crazy. It's a crazy situation. It's like Mnangagwa owns everything now. He owns the newspapers, he owns the airlines, he owns the Harare City Council, he owns everything. And it's not clear what is going on. That's why you see, could the military is here to step in. Right, let's see other comments here. Zimbabwe, don't base anything on Zimbabwe Army, please. You never know. Zimbabwe Army. Yes, Zimbabwe Army, one of the strongest armies and very strategic guys, especially at Brigadier General level. Okay, I think I've covered everything. Let's recap what I said. I said that overnight, the Chiwenga team has put out an audio and they said that they must be, in 28 days, everyone who was fired will be back in ZANU-PF. They've warned Mnangagwa and vowed that what is done has got nothing to do with the party. It is a personal project of the people of the Midlands, and they are going to resist it. So everyone who was fired must not consider themselves fired. They must consider themselves as part of ZANU-PF. They must continue to wear their T-shirt. They must continue to participate in ZANU-PF activities. And in 28 days, they'll be back in ZANU-PF. So this is ZANU-PF versus ZANU-PF. And the next leader you're going to see is General Chiwenga, who is got the massive support of the army. The army supports General Chiwenga. They want him to be the president. And the whole country of Zimbabwe is popularly behind Chiwenga. Chiwenga became the most popular person ever since the beginning of this year. Ever since Geza bombshell came out and said Chiwenga must be president and said that Mnangagwa must step down. So don't expect the situation to be normal. A lot is going to happen. There's going to be a lot of fireworks. And it's happening every day. And as this thing is happening, people don't see how grave the situation is. ZANU-PF is starting to fight Mnangagwa in public. He is dismissing people, and the people are refusing to be dismissed. It's like when Mnangagwa chased the guys from the army. There was a time last year when Mnangagwa removed people from the army, and they continued coming to work. That was crazy. So we're back there. That was amazing. And I hope to see a lot more happening to show Mnangagwa that he's not boss. So kutonozwa kwacha uruka. That is what is happening right now. So I would like to thank all of you for watching. It's been great giving you these updates. This has been the most interesting time that we've ever had. Remember to subscribe. Gambako is just about to hit 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. So if you're not subscribed, you have to subscribe. Let me tell you what happened. ZANU-PF has dropped our channel more than 4 times. So Gambako's channel had over 200,000 subscribers. During the time of Mnangagwa, they sent this young man who kept dropping our channels. I won't mention his name because he's repented after God struck him many, many times. They sent that young man to drop our channels, but we are back up slowly, picking up the numbers, and Gambako has become the big top channel. Unfortunately, our subscribers are still less than most people because of that situation. So make sure that you subscribe and get as many people as possible to subscribe, and we'll do very, very well. I will not stop broadcasting, and what I'm going to do is to increase the intensity of our broadcasts so that you get more news on Gambakwe. And then let me go to community. So in terms of community, we've got Kapiam Dara. So Kapiam Dara is a special that we ran in Harare. So guys got Kapiam Dara. This is the most powerful cup, $50 worth of cup. We did Kapiam Dara in Johannesburg. So most of you guys have not picked up your cup in Johannesburg. So there is people who bought between the 1st and the 7th of February. Kapiam Dara, amazing. This cup is available this weekend, so you can go and pick up at Midrand. I will let you know if you've got proof that you bought between the 1st and the 7th. And then in Harare, anyone who buys is going to get a mug. So let me just show you the type of mug that I'm talking about. I'm going to switch my... So that I can show you guys a mug. So if you don't get the mug that I talked about, you're going to get this one. That is a Stanley Cup. If you don't get the one that we're supposed to get because they run out. So we're gonna give you this amazing cup. This is worth $50. So we're gonna give it to you for free. That is from our sponsor. And we want to do something amazing. We've got a new sponsor coming up who is going to be sponsoring. There is a new company that has been set up, and I'll let you guys know about it. Our sponsor is going to do great things in Harare. And remember why we do Harare. Harare is our biggest market. So our sponsor sells more product in Harare than any other place. Mngoma Worship, I see you. I am going to give you a cup. So I'll let you know when to go and pick up in my office. Ndokupaya Mngoma plus ndokupaya Mbe. And Wikino, ndinokupa Mbe. Usatamba na Lulu. Ndokupaya Mbe Wikino. Uyo. Just go to my office. Wikino, go to my office. I give you for free. Wikino Jivai. Ndokupaya for free. And Lulu kanagarika kutora. Tuma friend yake. Umudire muti. So that is what we want to do. 1 liter engine turns into 3 liters, 1 kickstart, and you don't have to crank it. So that is very, very important. We are doing so well. I'm so excited, and media is going to do well. Eventually, you'll see me broadcasting from Zimbabwe, streaming from Zimbabwe, and that is a promise. So you're going to see me over there. Let's work on our country. Let's make it do well. Mnangagwa, Arkuravanu, Nenzara. Your news. Okay, let's see what he's saying here. He's saying you new every day there is some new U10. It's like a movie. It's like watching a bad movie, right? Zimbabwe is like a bad movie. Every day, one actor dies, and then tomorrow he wakes up, he's a vampire, and then after he wakes up, it becomes a vampire. His sister comes back, and they walk together into the sunset. That is the bad movie. Crazy stuff. And if you're in Johannesburg, obviously you can pick up at mid-rent. You can also pick up delivery at your home. You can get delivery by Uber. Okay, I think I've covered everything, and it's been very exciting. I liked this session. The reason why I'm delaying is obviously I want to see what's in the Herald newspaper. I'm very disappointed that they've not produced anything right now. Let's see if we still have something here. Still dead. So sorry, guys. I know that you would have wanted me to give an update on what's in the Herald newspaper, but I'll do so tonight. When I come back here in the evening, I'm going to give you an update. And if there's drama during the day, I'm going to come and we'll update each other. I'd like to thank all of you for watching, and I'll see you again tonight, and a good day.